This is my Epson ET 2700 printer that I converted to a Sublimation printer a couple years ago. It worked great for about 2 years. Then last time I filled it up, black ink leaked all over the place. I Googled it, and some thought it might be an overflowing waste tray, but Fresh made a good point. I wasn't running a cleaning cycle when it happened. I was adding new ink. So most likely the ink tank developed a crack. I hear it's pretty common with these Epson Ecotank printers. What a mess. So instead of spending $800 on a Sawgrass Sublimation printer or $600 on a Brother Sublimation printer that I haven't heard good things about, I'm converting my new Epson ET 2800 Inkjet printer to a Sublimation printer. Converting the ET 2800 printer to a Sublimation printer is a great alternative for those interested in creating custom apparel, mugs, tumblers, and other products. The process is relatively straightforward, but it requires some specific steps and materials to ensure a successful conversion. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you through the process. In case you're new here, sublimation is a printing process that uses heat to transfer or dyes onto materials such as polyester blend fabrics, metal, treated wood, or ceramic. Unlike traditional printing methods where the ink sits on the surface, sublimation ink turns to gas when heated and permeates the material, resulting in vibrant, long-lasting colors that resist fading and peeling. It's better than heat transfer vinyl because it never peels. The ink is infused into whatever you're sublimating on, and like with any inkjet or laser printer, sublimation allows you to create designs with endless colors and gradients like photographs, or complex designs that have overlapping colors or gradients. You can create designs that you'd never be able to create with HTV. You'll need one of these Epson ET 2800 printers. They're about $200 on sale at Amazon. These work great as sublimation printers. Just a quick note, once you put any sublimation ink in your Epson, your warranty will automatically be voided. These printers weren't really designed for sublimation ink, but they should have been because they work so well. You'll also need specially formulated sublimation ink. Regular inkjet ink won't sublimate. Pick up some sublimation paper, a specially coated paper that holds the dye sublimation ink before it's transferred to your project. Sublimation blanks. These are the items you'll be printing on, such as polyester fabric, mugs, tumblers, keychains, or even phone cases. We got a bunch of stuff from Temu and HTV Ront. Thanks, guys. And finally, you'll need a heat press machine. This is like a large iron, and it heats up the dye to transfer it from the sublimation paper to your substrate using heat and pressure. So let's convert this printer. Before starting the conversion process, it's essential to ensure that your Epson ET 2800 printer has not been used with any other type of ink. If your printer has been previously used with standard ink, it's recommended to clean the printhead thoroughly. This can be done using a printhead cleaning solution to prevent any cross-contamination. It's a little complicated, but it can be done. Once the printer is set up, we'll load the sublimation ink. With these special bottles by Haipu, it's easy. All you need to do is place the bottle firmly on the top of each ink tank. Make sure the colors match. It'll empty automatically and stop when it's full. And Haipu's ink is amazing. Bright, vibrant colors and less nozzle clogging than some of the other brands I've tried. After filling the tanks, you will be promoted to run a few printhead cleaning cycles to prime the printer. This will help remove any residual air bubbles and ensure that the sublimation ink flows smoothly. To achieve the best results with sublimation, you'll need to adjust the printer settings on your computer. I like to manually set the print quality to high and select inkjet paper, so it really gives me great coverage. That's it. You're done. Now that your printer is set up, you can start printing your designs. Just create or select a design. You can print and cut using Cricut or other cutting machine software. Keep in mind, this only works when using a PC. When I use my Mac, it just freezes with Epson printers. You can also use any graphic design software like Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator to create or select a design. Ensure any text is mirrored before printing, as the image will transfer in reverse. Load the sublimation paper into the printer, ensuring that the correct side is facing up. These printers print on the top of papers. Print your design using the settings you've configured. The final step involves transferring your printed design onto the sublimation blank with your heat press. Set your heat press to the appropriate temperature and pressure for the substrate you're using. For instance, it's about 400 degrees to transfer sublimation ink to polyester fabrics. Check the paperwork that came with your blanks, or look it up online if you're not sure of the required temperature. Position the design face down on the sublimation blank and secure it with heat-resistant tape. You'll want the top of your heating element to directly contact with your sublimation paper so it can transfer the right amount of heat to turn the sublimation ink into gas. When it's heated to the correct temperature, close the heat press and apply pressure for the recommended time. It's typically about 60 seconds for fabric. After the transfer is complete, carefully remove the heating element from your sublimation paper and let it cool. Always let your creations cool before handling them to ensure the design has fully set and, more importantly, to avoid burns. And there you have it. You're now the proud owner of a DIY sublimation printer. Start making those really cool designs. Converting an Epson ET2800 to a dye sublimation printer opens up a world of creative possibilities. From custom clothing to personalized gifts, this conversion allows you to produce high-quality, durable products with vibrant colors. By following these steps and using the correct materials, you can successfully convert your printer and start exploring the exciting world of dye sublimation printing.